of you, welcome to one shot revision video series starting today for financial year 24-25. Now, the purpose of bringing this one shot revision video along with the live practice batch, which is going on in Zoom, is the gist of the whole chapter, the concept, and the booster notes, which I have made you write in the practice batch, the comparisons. 87A rebate here, and in the default tax regime like that, it will all be super clear. I'll not miss out on any concept. And after revision video, if you practice the important questions second time what we have solved in the class, then your chapter is done. Right? Okay. One shot lectures are completely in English. They are super helpful not only for inter but all the final students, because you are writing the exam after a gap of 2 years of inter. Of course, in internship and everything, I've learned a lot. But to link up the base level knowledge again, these lectures are super helpful. That's what is the feedback of past exam. Every day evening, one shot revision videos will be live in YouTube. Okay. This lecture, I know, ma'am, this is only not live, then definitely there is some internal server error coming. So this is recorded and being uploaded. Anywhere you have any doubt, 92900 Don't keep calling on that number. Message on that number. We will surely help you to clear your doubt. In the description, Telegram link is also there. Okay. Other than this, all these one-shot revision video will have all the tax amendments also for financial year 24-25. Special emphasis will be on important things which are repeatedly asked for MCQs or the pitfalls. Take care. This is the point where usually students do mistake. With my 2 decades of experience can tell you, right? Okay, my name is CA Dipti Chheda. I'm into teaching more than 2 decades. My core subjects are taxation and costing. No, DTIDT practice batch is going on live. Costing batch is just completed, so recorded videos are available. And I'm using for teaching my this compiler. This is volume 1 for DT, volume 2 like that is there for GST. So these compilers are available in the website. You can order from there and practice from these one-shot revision videos. Quickly, any more query you have, comment below. Otherwise, here we go. See, first chapter is thought to be very easy, ma'am. We already know it, why we need to revise. But then there are small insights which are repeatedly asked in exam, right? Small in-depth things. So we are doing the tax rates, we are doing the basics. So let us start from the very beginning that there are two kind of taxes in India. We are paying direct tax in the form of income tax and indirect tax in the form of GST and custom. Okay. Direct tax on your own income, you pay the tax, so it's called direct tax. GST and custom, ultimately all the taxes are borne by consumer, but it goes indirectly. Yeah, I am teaching you, I am charging GST, you are bearing GST on the coaching fees, you are paying to me, I am paying to the department. So when the taxes go on the products, on the services, on the goods, indirectly they are called as indirect taxes. Okay. Now here all the features are simple, but this one is the one which is asked. Direct taxes is progressive in nature. Oh, you are earning above 50 lakhs income, you can pay extra tax in the form of surcharge. Oh, your income is above 5 crores, on tax you can pay 37% surcharge. So higher the income, higher the tax. Indirect taxes is regressive in nature. This is a digital marker pen. I have purchased it for 5,000 rupees. Whether I buy it, then also GST is 18%. Whether XYZ buys it, it's the same. So consumer taxes, indirect taxes are all equal in nature, whereas direct taxes are progressive. Okay, right? Now, Income Tax Act is introduced in the list 1, entry 82. List 2 is there for the state list, and then we have combine also. Right. Now we are following Income Tax Act 1961. The statute, what we are studying, income tax is a theory subject? No. It's a practical subject? No. It's an application based subject. You understand the concept, apply it, and solve the questions. Okay? So, Income Tax Act is levied as per Income Tax Act 1961. And the rules, the rates of depreciation, and so many rules. Act to says section 44A. Today we did in business ed. Maintain the books. But rule 6F gives the detail. Okay, this is this cash book ledger, purchase bill above 50. This is what you need to maintain. Yeah. So income tax is supported by Income Tax Rules 1962. Now, this act has chapters, sections, schedules. Then there is section and clause. There is section 2, subsection 22, clause E. This is the way you have to read. What do you mean by provisos? Provisos are exception to the rule. The rule says above 10,000 you cannot make payment to a single person in a single day. Then proviso says, oh, if you're making a payment to a tribal person, no banks, you can. If it is a strike or holiday, you can. Are you getting? So these are called as provisos. Explanations to the act are also there. Very importantly asked in MCQs is, I'm doing very simple way of revision because this much is enough. If you feel somewhere you're getting confused or ma'am, we wanted little detail, please message below. Yes, definitely. This should hit 100 like, share, and subscribe. Lot of effort I'm making, and my team is also making in giving you all this one-shot revision videos completely free. और पूरा concept मिलेगा, पूरी depth मिलेगी, and it's going to be 100% in English. So you help me. The more you like, share, subscribe, notify, it gets boosted to your students. Whenever we are having, say, Income Tax Act and rules, there may be some confusions or department wants to clarify certain things. Okay, so they will come up with a circular. The department wants to clarify something, they will come up with a circular which is bonding to the department. Department is bond, and something they want to communicate to the SSEs, the people who are liable to pay the tax. Then they will come up in the form of notifications. Like if from 1st of October 2024, they say that if PAN is not there, no, forget that TDS rate is 1 or 2%, deduct 20% TDS. So any small changes or clarification they want to bring in between the year, they come up with circulars and notification. Take a pause and check it in depth. Notifications are issued by the central government. Of course, CBDT is the head, Central Board of Direct Taxes, but they are binding on both. You're having the compiler, then underline the two words. They are binding on both the department as well as the SSC. Whereas circulars are binding only on the department. Followed? Then there are certain case laws judgment, there's a conflict. They said in such and such case, this is allowed, this is not allowed. So the case laws decision, okay, the decision of the case law in High Court and Supreme Court, it becomes as good as rule, and others can apply. In Sohanlal versus the ACIT, Assistant Commissioner, this is the conclusion, and so this is allowed. So case laws are judgments given by High Court and Supreme Court when there is a dispute between SSC and department, and it is as good as law. See, the people who made Income Tax Act 1961, हमारे ज़माने में वो तो चले गए. So who is operating the Income Tax Act? CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes under the Ministry of Finance. Then there is hierarchy, the Chief Commissioner, the Commissioner, this. Huh? Okay. So CBDT, it is the highest governing authority. CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom, is the governing the indirect taxes and GST and custom duty. Now, very important is 1961 Income Tax Act and 1962 rules we cannot follow today. According to the need of the hour, we need to make changes in the act. Okay, on this also TDS will be applicable. Oh, PUBG and online gaming also you have to pay 30%. When they made 1961 Act, they didn't knew that the people will be playing all these betting and Dream 11 game and PUBG. Suddenly all these online gaming caught up so much and they said, okay, if you are playing games and if you are earning, pay flat 30% tax. So 1961 Act and 1962 rules we are following today. But every year in the month of February, the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she presents the budget. Okay, like we are studying budget 2024 for our all the 25 exams. Finance Act 2024 budget, which was presented in February 24, and once it is approved by both the houses of parliament and the president, it becomes the Finance Act 2024, where the previous year or the financial year is 2024, and the 2024, whatever you earn, you have to pay the tax in the next year. That is called as assessment year 25-26. The name itself says assess my income. Whatever you have earned in the Finance Act 2024 के हिसाब से in the year 24-25, March 25 the year is over, and then 25-26 next year is your assessment year. All clear to all of you, right? Exception to the rule that previous year income will be charged to assessment year. Previous year income will be charged to assessment year. Now listen, this is a theory question asked. First 2 minutes understand the logic and you can score 5 out of 5 marks. See, whatever I am earning in 24-25, for all the May 25, June 25, September 25, December 25, January 26, tak, what is the financial year applicable? 24-25. Is this clear to all of you? So in 24-25, whatever I earn, I will assess my income, and in 25 July, 25 September, so in 25-26, I'll calculate and pay the tax and file my return and all. Now there are certain exception to the rules which says pay as you earn. Previous year and assessment year is same. Yeah. What are those 5 cases? And logically it will be clear. All these 5 cases are very, very easy. Check the screen. First one is non-resident shipping company. Say one ship is coming from USA to Mumbai port. It is unloading some goods, taking some goods, and it is going to its journey forward to Sri Lanka. Okay? Now can we say, oh, you are a London ship, bye bye, go now. It's just December 24. After March 25 next year, please do come and pay the tax, huh? Though you are non-resident, whatever you have earned in India, pay the tax. That's not right. Non-resident shipping company coming to India is there on the port for 4 days. Whatever they have earned, there's a way to estimate income, calculate and pay the tax now itself, get the tax clearance certificate, and bye bye. So, can I say exception to the rule that previous year's income will be charged in subsequent year? Uska exception means it will be charged in the same year. Non-resident shipping company. Next one is assessment of a person leaving India. Say David has come to India for an engineering project and all, and December 24 permanently he's going out of India. He's going out of India, David. Can we say, David, right now, so it's December 24, you go by, make sure you come back in August 25, and whatever you have earned from April 24 to December 24, calculate and pay the tax next year. It's not possible. Same for shipping company, same for SSE, who is leaving India in December 24 permanently, then April to December, whatever you have earned in India, pay the tax and bye bye. Next. AOP, BOI, AJP formed for a particular purpose. Example, joint ventures. It's the Diwali time and say, me and two of my friends, we, as a passion, we put up an exhibition of dresses and crackers and candles and earn the profit and divide and disperse. It's not a partnership between me and two of my friends, just a joint venture. So joint venture is discontinued now. Before that, pay the tax and leave. Assessment of a person trying to alienate his assets. When you know that a person is trying to divert his income or run away with, better take the tax now. Discontinued operation. Where any business or profession is discontinued in any assessment year, the income that business or profession up to date of discontinuation should be done. If the business is closed on 1st October 2024, then 1st April 24 to October 24, whatever you have earned, pay the tax and done. No problem. Yeah, right. Who is said to be SSC? Who is said to be the person? ये देखो. अब exception to the rule are clear. Right. SSC means the person who is liable to pay the tax on his behalf or on behalf of others. That is deemed SSC, like minor is having income, but parent will sign his return as representative SSC, or through will, you are the sole survivor of this ancestral property. Huh? So deemed SSC, representative SSC, or SSC in default. You are not ready to pay tax. Department has given you order. This is your income. This is the best judgment. This is the tax. So you are SSC in default unless you don't clear the tax. SSC is any person who is liable to pay the tax. But in that case, what's the definition of person? SSC is any person who is liable to pay the tax. But what do you mean by a person? Individual, HUF, yeah. Individual means male, female, minor, all. Hindu undivided family, husband, wife, children, daughters, all will become the part of the HUF. Okay, right. Next, company. We all know types of companies, limited company and public company and one man company and all. So companies are also person, whatever company is earning, company has to pay the tax. Partnership firm as per the Partnership Act, limited liability as per the LLP Act, body of individuals, group of the individuals, A, B, C coming together, they are not partners, but they are the common heirs or common trustees or executors of someone's will and all. Definitely, it will be body of individuals. Association of the person. Body of individuals is individuals are coming together. And association of persons, circle the definition person. A, then B, HUF, LMN, partnership firm, HUF and A. If they are coming together, this is an association. It's a group, but not only of individual like ABC. This is HUF, this is partnership firm, and this is individual. They come together for a common purpose like co-donees, co-legates. Take a pause and tell me, is the difference clear? Of course, we are doing the tax rates. We are also doing the special income, special rates and all. Local authority, artificial judicial person. TTD temple, ISKCON temple, Gurudwara, mosque, they are all also earning income, and of course they have a lot of exemptions, but they have to pay tax. Okay, right. Hmm. Types of companies, Indian company who declare dividend in India and all. Acha, when you say that someone is having substantial interest in a company or a partnership firm, huh, when he carries at least 20% voting right. Beneficial owner. If a person who is a beneficial owner, whether with or without a right to participate in profit, but carrying at least 20% of the voting. Now, here it is beneficial ownership. For example, Ajay is having 14% shares of RIL, and Ajay HUF, whose Karta is Ajay, is also holding 17% shares of RIL. Ajay as individual, 14% share. Ajay HUF, 17% share. Put together, 31% share. Clear to all of you? Chalo. Now, so whenever you cross more than 20% substantial interest you have in a company, ma'am, what's the benefit of having substantial interest? Then substantial interest is helpful in clubbing और आएगा काफी topics में काम. Yeah, every chapter one shot revision videos we will compare that what is allowed in the general or if you opt out of default tax regime, what is allowed in default tax regime. ठीक है? Right. Okay. Now I'm teaching some income which are undisclosed income. Whenever they are caught up, super duper important for MCQ recently asked under section 68, 69 ये section याद रहे तो ठीक है. Whatever are important sections, I'll make you learn. Don't worry. But this one is that whenever undisclosed income is caught up, it is caught up at 60% tax on 60 because you didn't show this income, you hide it. At if there is a raid, you must have seen the raid movie, the special Chabis, and if there's an income tax raid at the premises of say Zahir, and Zahir is having 1 crore rupees in his house cash, it's your income, it's your black money, not black in color but income which you didn't disclose. Huh? Raja has done renovation of the house and he has shown 5 lakh expenditure. But if you look at his house, the vineyard, the Italian marble, the duplex, the luxuries, he has spent 5 crores on his bungalow. Whereas he is shown to income tax, he has just done 5 lakh renovation. So where from the money came and you have spent, it is the income which you have earned and not disclosed. So all these income, investment, so many people spend lavish in the weddings. So whenever there's raid, the first thing they will check is your social media. Okay, the wedding is in this palace and this catering and all. From where did you spend 2 crore rupees in the wedding when your annual income is 20 lakhs? That means remaining what you have spent, you have earned, but you didn't disclose. Yeah? Detailed, you have Black Money and Laundering Act and all in final. Right now, whenever undisclosed income is caught up, it is taxable at 60% tax. On tax, 25% surcharge. Tax plus surcharge के ऊपर 4%. Health and education says total comes to 78%. Pick up your calculators, dear students. I want you to learn this with me, beta. I know, like some of you are कि मैम सीधा टैक्स रेट से शुरू करो, बट ये छोटी छोटी चीजें आती है बेटा. I know your 1 minute and mine. Today it was 3.5 hours of practice batch in the morning. तो वो भी important है, ये भी important. हाँ चलो ये देखो. 60% tax. 100 rupees is your income, तो 60. 60% tax. On tax, 25% surcharge. So on 60/25, that is 15 rupees surcharge. 60 और उसके ऊपर 25 मतलब 15 rupees surcharge. तो कितना हो रहा है 75. Now on tax plus surcharge, both 75, 4% cess. 4% is coming to 3, 78%. Ma'am, it will be such a huge loss. Whatever I have earned, you are asking me to pay to department? I have earned 100 rupees black money. Sorry, I didn't disclose. But tax it at 30% highest? No. 78% tax you have to pay. Okay? And okay, ma'am, I have earned this 100 rupees income, but at least allow me basic exemption 2,50,000 not. Okay, my black income is 100 rupees. Don't charge 78%. Listen. Against this, I have last year's business loss. Can I set off? No. Can I claim some deduction? No. Can I claim basic exemption? No. Acha, to earn this 100 lakhs income, actually I have bribed 20 lakhs to that person. Allow me that expense. Na, nahi milta na. No expense allowed, no deduction allowed, no basic exemption allowed, no set off. You remember this four fundas and you are sorted for exam. 78% flat tax you will have to pay on unexplained income, undisclosed income. No basic exemption, no allowance, no expenditure, no setup. First one is cash credit. You know, some credit entry is appearing in my books. In this one, very nice amendment they gave. That in my books, I have written bank account debit to Suresh loan account. I have taken loan from Suresh. Now they are checking with Suresh. Suresh, you have given 5 lakh rupees loan to Dipti ma'am. Where did you earn 5 lakh? Suresh is not able to explain. Then that name is fake, that is my income. I hope you are getting once again. Cash credits, fake entry. Bank account debit to Ramlal, loan account. I have taken loan from Ramlal. Ramlal koi hai hi nahi. It's my black money which I have put in the bank and I'm showing bank account debit. They can question to Ramlal. Show the sources from where you have earned Ramlal 5 lakh that you have given loan to Dipti ma'am. If Ramlal is able to explain, fine. If not, that's my black money. Fine. Detail you will all study in section 132, 133 search and survey in final. है ना? चलो. So, unexplained investments, unexplained money if recovered, investment not fully disclosed. Example, house. You can write. I told you ना, घर बना रहे हैं नहीं बता. Unexplained expenditure. And last one is amount borrowed or repaid in hundi. See, loan should be taken and given by account pay, check, and online transfer, NIFT, RTGS. If you have taken the loan in cash or repaid in loan in cash, it's taxable. Okay? Right. These are two terms which are asked in the exam as application based question. How? See, application of income. 1 second. Just application of the income. See, once I have earned 5 lakh from my coaching fees, then I shall do shopping or give it to my husband or give it to my son. Do they have to pay the tax again? No. So Arun receives salary. He has already paid the tax on salary. Now he transfers the salary received to Mrs. Arun, wife. This is application of income not taxable, but diversion of income. I am owner of a property. I am receiving rent. I am saying to my tenant, don't pay me the rent. Shikha is my younger sister. Pay the rent to her and she will meet up all her college and hostel expense. I am the owner of the house. I only told to my tenant, pay the rent to Shikha, not to me. And I'm saying, मुझे तो rent मिला ही नहीं. Why should I pay the tax? I'm trying to divert my income to Shikha. Who is the owner of the house? I. So whether I receive or not, I am the actual owner, I have to pay the tax. So whenever income is diverted, it is going to be taxable. Examples you can read later. Okay, right. Let us begin now with the tax rates for optional tax regime or when you opt out of default tax regime. You know, when you opt out for default tax, we also call it as general rates, normal rates, or tax rates when the SSC is opting out of default tax regime. Okay, right. Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, every artificial judicial person below 60 years. Okay, what are the tax rates? Up to 2,50,000 first, basic exemption, nil. Next, 2,50,000 to 5 lakh. On the next 2,50,000, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh. On the next 5 lakh, 20%. And 10 lakhs and above, 30%. I hope you have already learned these rates. 1 second. Yeah, once again. See, these are the rates when you opt out of the default tax regime. We call it as general rates or normal rates, right? For the financial year 24-25. Basic exemption 250. 250 to 5 lakh 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%. 10 lakh above 30%. Okay, right. Now, here, if you are a resident senior citizen, 60 years and above and till 80 years, then instead of 250, the basic exemption, BE, you can write basic exemption is 3 lakh. Next is 3 lakh to 5 lakh. On the next 2 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, 10 lakh above, oh, same. Basic exemption is 3 lakh. 60 years and less than 80 years. But resident SSE, say David, a non-resident, he is of 78 years. David is a non-resident, 78 years. What will be the basic exemption if he comes and earns in India? Even the non-resident, if they earn in India, they have to pay tax in India. But what will be the basic exemption? 2,50,000. Not 3. Clear? For resident senior citizen, 80 years or more. Resident senior citizen, 80 years or more. Huh? 80 or more. Basic exemption is 5 lakh. See, 250 to 5 वो सब है ही नहीं. Senior citizen, they are also called as super senior citizen. That too resident. Huh? Up to 5 lakh, nil. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. Above 10 lakh, 30%. Are you all with me? Huh? But this is again resident. Again, Charlie, 83 years. What will be the basic exemption? Are 80 and above, dekhte se, students say 5 lakh basic exemption. Then 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%. Direct. Yeah, 5% wala hai nahi. But if Charlie is 83 years and he is a non-resident, then basic exemption will be 250. Okay. Now here, this 80 years or 60 years, your 60th birthday should be between financial year 24-25. But suppose someone is born on 1st of April. Huh? 1st of April 2025. Just one day. Not born on, sorry. Someone is 60th birthday is on 1st April. Just one day before, then it should have been 24-25. So person born on 1st April would be considered as attaining a particular age of 31st March and he will get the seniority benefit. Is this clear to all of you? Person who is attending this age, I hope you are getting. Huh? तो जिसका 68th birthday is on 21st April 2025, he'll assume कि he has completed on 31st March 25, and 24 and 25 he will get the seniority benefit. But the question here is, ma'am, what about then 2nd April? No, 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 it's only for one day. Clear? Anyone is having any doubt in the tax rates, normal tax rates? Now, there's a concept of rebate. Rebate is reduced from the tax, and on balance tax, health and education cess is added. This is like has to be super clear. I'll take you to my notebook because the stepping में ना बच्चों की गड़बड़ होती है, आपकी नहीं होना चाहिए. Please understand this concept. Tax is calculated on total income. Surcharge is calculated on tax if it is there. कब surcharge लगेगा? I'll tell you. Surcharge is calculated on tax. Health and education cess is 4% on tax plus surcharge. Clear? Ma'am, if surcharge is not there, tax is calculated on total income. Health and education cess is there on tax, 4%. Okay. Now, very important is these are the questions for resident and all we have solved. Rebate. Out of the tax minus the rebate, and on balance tax, ma'am, I did everything correct. But tax mein na, first I added health and education and then minus rebate. Gone. Rebate is reduce the tax. So reduce it. And then on the balance add health and education cess. Yeah. Now, concept of rebate under section 87A. Okay. What are the conditions? This rebate is for the old regime or the general tax rates, or when a person opts out of default tax regime. Default tax regime, I'll show you a comparative table which will make it super clear. And comparative table के साथ I'll teach you what's the rebate under section 87A for default tax regime. Right now, for normal tax regime. He's a resident individual. Yes. Total income is less than or up to 5 lakh. 5 lakh tak income hai. Haan. So rebate will be whatever tax you have calculated or up to 12,500, whichever is lower. Resident individual, total income less than up to 5 lakhs. Rebate is tax amount or 12,500, whichever is lower. Okay, right. And very important fourth point, I have written the sequence. These are 5 points. If you remember for rebate, you'll get it. Rebate is not allowed from long-term capital gain under section 112A. It's long-term capital gain on shares where STT is charged and all. ठीक है? इसको rebate नहीं मिलेगा. Suppose your income is 480. So up to 250 nil, 2,50,000. Next 2,30,000, 5%, 11,500, or maximum rebate is 12,500, whichever is lower. तो पूरा मिल जा रहा है 12,500. Suppose your income is 580. तो no rebate. 580 na. 250 nil, next 250, 5 lakh, next 80,000, 20%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, no rebate. Yeah, clear to all of you? Rebate deduct करने के बाद whatever is the tax on that health and education cess. Need to take a pause. These classes I can't tell you कि हाँ ये 5 point लिख लो करो, then you'll be clear. Ask if you have any doubt. Why there is so much of conjuicy in like, share, subscribe? I get mail from the YouTube, the creators mail. They say that 55% of your consistent viewers are unsubscribe. Subscribe till the exam. Then also lot of motivation snippets, budget all I'm putting, but still. Huh? Chalo. Let us do the concept of surcharge. If as an individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Huh? Abhi I'm not teaching surcharge for others because for others we have not even done the tax rates. Excuse me. Now, individual HUF, AOP, BOI, if the total income exceeds 50 lakhs and it is up to 1 crore, then surcharge is 10% on tax. Total income exceeds 1 crore to 2 crore, surcharge is 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%. And above 5 crore, 37%. 37% is in the normal tax regime. If you're calculating the tax in default tax regime, we'll go section 115 BAC. Nothing said in exam. You have to calculate the tax, not what I'm teaching now. You have to calculate as per default tax regime. But dono aate hain comparative and they're very important. What are the surcharge rates? Above 50 lakhs, and if your income is up to 1 crore, 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%. Above 5 crore, 37%. 37% not applicable if you're filing your return in default tax regime. Okay? Right. Ye dekho. Suppose your income is 1 crore 30 lakhs. So first you calculate the tax 2.5 nil. Next 2.5 5%. Next 5 lakh 20%. And the balance 120 lakh. Ye 10 lakh ho gaya. 10 lakh. Are you getting how I'm calculating tax on income? So tax is coming to 37,12,500. Now, because income has exceeded 50 lakhs to 1 crore, 10% surcharge. This has exceeded 1 crore. So 15% surcharge. Total tax ke upar surcharge. On tax plus surcharge, health and education says 4%, and this is what you get. Nice. Yeah, there is a concept of marginal relief. I'm going to that. But you earn extra, then on tax you have to pay surcharge. And on tax plus surcharge, both you have to pay health and education cess. First you calculate tax on income, surcharge on tax, tax plus surcharge pay 4%, health and education. Now, there's a concept of marginal relief. 5 marks question is asked in exam. I have given lot of solved example in my compiler, but to understand, let us pick up. What is marginal costing in costing we do? Huh? Like that, marginal relief. Now, what is this marginal relief? Huh? For every kind of tax, wherever surcharge, abhi to we are doing for individual HUF and all. If your income exceeds 50 lakhs, what's the surcharge? 10%. If your income exceeds 1 crore, what's the surcharge? 15%. Sometimes my income exceeded 1 crore just by a marginal amount, small amount. No, but it exceeded 1 crore, no? Surcharge will not be 10%. It will become 15%. So I may be ending up paying more tax on the additional income than that income itself. Now this looks jol. So understand the steps with me. Coming 5 minutes, it will be clear. And you don't have to mug up the steps. You say the dialogue with me and you'll be able to do it. 5 marks they have been asking directly the margin. I'm taking you to my notebook. But don't worry, same questions are solved there also. In the material also. Aaja. Ready? Yeah. If the total income is 1 crore 1 lakh. Now what is the tax on 1 crore 1 lakh? 1 crore 1 lakh पे जो routine tax निकालना है, first 2.5 next this and this and this, and surcharge is 15%. Why surcharge 15%? Because the income has exceeded 1 crore 1 lakh. ठीक है, चलो surcharge भी ले लिया. Now boldly I have written here, don't add health and ma'am, but just now you said tax on total income, surcharge on tax, health अभी नहीं. Marginal relief rebate minus करने के बाद. So what is the tax on 1 crore 1 lakh? 32 lakh 68,875. Now, what is the tax on 1 crore? On 1 crore. Up to 10 lakhs to 1 lakh 12,500. How did you get it? First 250 nil. Next 250, 12,500. 5 lakh to 10 lakh. 20% tax on 5 lakh. That is 1 lakh. है ना? चलो. So balance 90 lakhs pay tax on 1 crore. 90 lakhs, which is above 10 lakh, 30%. Now, okay, because I have earned 1 crore, I'm not saying I'll not pay surcharge, but I'll pay surcharge at 10%. 50 lakh to 1 crore. What is the surcharge? 10%. Okay? Right. Okay. Total tax. See, tax on 1 crore 1 lakh is 32. Tax on 1 crore is 30. How much excess tax you are paying? 175. How much is your excess income? 1 crore. This is like, not logical. I don't know. What do you call it in English? Hindi में हम बोलते हैं ना, ये तो गलत है. This is wrong. This is जाती. ये तो गलत हो गया. Huh? This is like a torture. Just because I earned 1 lakh extra, you are asking me to pay tax 1,75,125 extra. Tax on 1 crore 1 lakh is 30 to 68. Tax on 1 crore. See, this is in English with example and same is solved in the compiler also. Okay. So make sure you can order. अब मैं वो सब बाद में बताऊंगी. सुनो ना. Tax on total income is 1 crore 1 lakh पे 30 to 68. 1 crore पे 30. You know why there's a difference in tax? Because here 15% surcharge is there. Here 10%. I'm ending up paying excess tax 175, excess income 1 lakh. So what is the marginal relief? 75 125. 75 125. ठीक है. I am saying to government, 1 lakh rupees I earned extra on 1 crore na, leke jao. I don't want the 1 lakh. Take, I don't want. But I'm not going to pay 1,75,125 extra tax on extra income 1 lakh. Take the extra income. I want a relief of 75 120. But this relief from your original tax. Your original tax is 1 crore 1 lakh pay 30 to 68 875. Your original tax. From that you want a relief. So you are ready to pay 3193. In short, 1 crore pe tax was 3093. 1 lakh extra what you get, take it. Leke jao. 3193. You will not understand orally. Take a pause the video, write it for once and you will get it. 3193 750. This you take. Health and education says is 4% now. After the marginal relief, add health and education cess. After the rebate minus, add health and education cess. And you get tax paid. This marginal relief and yeah, I'll teach you other tax rates also better from my notebook, but फिर भी यहाँ भी सब है आपको. हाँ? Rebate concept you all followed? Yeah. Rebate. Here it is. 10%, 15 and 37%. Other surcharges will not come. Acha, I missed one point, sorry. Individual HUF and all 50 lakhs to 1 crore 10%, 1 crore to 2 crore 15%. मार्जिनल रिलीफ ये रहे, इतने सारे एग्जाम्पल है, आप खुद से आराम से घर में चेक कर लेना. Just because my income exceeded 50 lakhs, on 51 lakhs, I'm ready to pay 10% surcharge and 1476. But if my income was 50 lakhs, I would have paid tax, but no surcharge up to 50 lakhs. So my tax is only this difference of tax. What is the tax on 51 lakhs? 1476. Tax on 50 lakhs? 1312. How much is excess tax? 164. How much extra income I have earned? Just 1 lakh I earned extra. And I was liable to pay 164 extra tax. I want a rebate of 64. Whatever extra I have earned, 1 lakh you take it. Yeah. After 1 lakh relief from the basic tax. 1476 में से 64, so 1412 I'm ready to pay tax and then add 4%. Just check this table at home, you'll be clear with the concept of marginal relief. But while you calculate the tax, don't add cess, just do the surcharge. Yeah, right. Now come back to, we have finished with the tax rates and the surcharge rates for individuals. Now tax for other assessees. Partnership firm LLP, all we know it is flat 30% tax. Companies, domestic companies, if their gross receipts 2 years back, right now it is which year? 24, 25, 2 years back. In 22-23, if the gross receipts are less than 400 crore, yeah, then the tax rate is 25%, otherwise 30%. And foreign companies, non-domestic companies, till last year it was 40%. This year the tax rate is reduced for foreign company to 35%. Cooperative society up to 10,000, 10%. Above 10,000 to 20,000, 20%. Above 20,000, 30%. Special capital gain income and all, I'll teach in the capital gain chapter. Casual income, betting, gambling, all is taxable at 30%. Undisclosed income, I taught you, it's taxable at 78%. Partnership firm, what is the tax? 30%. And if the income exceeds 1 crore, surcharge is 12%. For partnership firm, the surcharge is 12%. Domestic company. Domestic company, what's the tax rate? 30%. If the income exceeds 1 crore to 10 crore, 7%. If the income exceeds 10 crore, then 12%. Foreign company, what is the rate of the tax? 35%. So surcharge rates are low. Foreign company, the tax rate is instead of 30, 35. So your surcharge rates are 7% for the income exceeding 1 crore to 10 crore and 12% for 10 crore and above. Foreign company, if the income exceeds 1 crore up to 10 crore, 2%. Above 10 crore, it is 5%. Clear to all of you? One second, a pause. Huh? Surcharge rates and all. देखो यहाँ भी मैंने आपको लिखाया है booster note में. And if you have attended the practice batch, you have the notes revised. If not, you have the compiler, you can do. If total income exceeds 1 crore, then surcharge will be 12% और tax और कैसे निकलेगा? Domestic company, the tax rates are low, 30%. Foreign company more, 35%. But here surcharge are 7 and 12%, there 2%. है ना? Right. All right. Yeah. Surcharge, one more important point was their exception, where 25% and 37% are not applicable. In normal, ना अभी तो हम normal में ही हैं, short term capital gain on shares, long term capital gain on shares, 112A, dividend income, and long-term capital gain other than shares, property and all. In short, on long-term capital gain, both 112 and 112A, short-term capital gain on shares and dividend income, the highest surcharge rate is 15, 25% and 37% are not applicable. Okay. And in the optional, when you opt out of default tax regime, it's 25% from 2 to 5 crore, 37% bhi hai. But in default tax regime, highest rate of surcharge is 25%, 37 nahi hai. And there also, in default or in normal regime, dividend income related to shares, short-term capital gain on shares, long-term capital gain on shares, and other long-term capital gain. Highest rate of, even if you have long-term capital gain on property or shares 8 crores, as एक example, surcharge rate will be 15%, 25%, and 37% are not applicable. Clear? Right. You know, once in exam, they asked you what will be the MMR, maximum marginal rate. 1 minute and this. Yeah, maximum marginal rate. That's the highest rate of tax. So what's the highest rate of tax in the optional or default tax regime? 30%. Highest rate of surcharge 25. I told you in default tax regime 37% is not there. So 25% and 4%. So 39%. Highest tax plus surcharge plus cess. You can do it in calculator. And in old regime or the general tax rates or the normal tax rates, or when you opt out of default tax regime, what's the highest rate of tax? 30. Highest rate of surcharge? 37. And cess 4%. That's 42.7. You can do it in calculator. Say on your 100 income, put 30 in your calculator into 137%. Tax plus surcharge, it's coming 41.1 into 104%, 42.744. Clear? Maximum marginal rate of the tax. See, these are the steps for the marginal relief and these are the examples. But you know, mind mapping we can do. If you want, I know this is a one-shot revision video. 1 hour is over. फिर भी एक बार खुद से. Calculate the tax on 1 crore 1 lakh. Calculate the tax on 1 crore with surcharge, without cess. Now, what is the excess tax and what is the excess income? The excess tax you are paying above the excess income, that much you want rebate, and rebate you can rebate kya? Marginal relief. And this marginal relief you can minus from the step 1 ka tax 1 crore 1 lakh. And now what you get the tax after the marginal relief or after the rebate under section 87. In this, you have to add 4% cess. Is this clear to all of you? Yes? So we have completed with general or normal tax rates. Okay, right? This is the format. We all know that income and taxes are rounded off in the multiples of 10. But not every tax and surcharge and cess. The final wala tax and the final income is rounded off. These are all practice questions. Surcharge के साथ बहुत अच्छे सारे questions we have practiced. Okay, right. Now come to default tax regime, 115 BAC. In exam, if they say person has opted default tax regime, go for this. If they say person has opted out of default tax regime, normal, go for that. Nothing given, you have to take these tax rates. There are changes in the tax rates for financial year 2024-25. लिख दो यहाँ top. Individual HUF, AOP, BOI have option to pay the tax as per the default tax regime. Okay. Special income, lottery, casual income, capital gain, that will be same. Huh? Now here, up to 3 lakhs, nil. There it was 250, here 3 lakh. Next, 3 lakh to 7 lakh, 5% tax on the next 4 lakh. 7 lakh to 10 lakh, 10% tax on the next 3 lakh. 10 lakh to 12 lakh. मतलब above 10 lakh to 12 lakh, 15% on the next 2 lakh. 12 lakh to 15 lakh, 20% on the next 3. And above 15 lakh, 30%. थोड़े से अलग हैं. Last year 3 to 6 और ऐसा था. The rates were same, but the slabs were different. चलो. Okay. Up to 3 lakh nil. 3 lakh to 7 lakh. 4 next 3 next 2 then 3. 4 3 2 3. Whatever way you want to remember. 3 lakh to 7 lakh 5%. 7 lakh to 10 lakh 10%. 10 lakh to 12 lakh 15%. 12 lakh to 15 lakh 20%. In short, there it was 30% tax above 10 lakh. Here it is 30% tax above 15 lakhs. I'll just share with all of you a comparative. And please wait, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to come up with exclusive video of old versus new regime. And it's going to be super clear. But abhito, we are doing the revision so that you are able to solve the problems. But okay. If you are opting for 115 BAC, AMT is not applicable. Alternative minimum tax 18.5%, वो सब नहीं लगेगा. हाँ? Rebate is little different here. Okay. I want to take that in the notebook. And surcharge rates 10, 15, 25 are applicable. 37% nahi milta. Acha, very important. If you are going for default tax regime, whether you are resident, non-resident, senior citizen, super senior citizen, no additional basic exemption. Basic exemption ना आपके लिए कितना होगा बेटा? 3 lakh. Same rates are applicable for non-resident senior. 3 lakh is the basic exemption for all. No additional basic exemption. Yes? Chalo. These two are the major amendments that if you are going for default tax regime, then standard deduction is 75,000. If you are going for general, then in salary standard deduction is 50,000. If you are going for default tax regime in other source, family pension deduction is 25,000 and worth. See, Abhi, I want you all, we are in basics. Every chapter I'll give you one comparative. Are you all with me? So don't worry and don't try to mug up कि ये old और new regime अभी हो जाए. कोई बात नहीं. जितना याद रहता है fine. Otherwise every chapter when I teach you house property, I'll do. So it will be clear. Acha. Did you observe one thing that the tax rates are and rebate? Oh sorry, I wanted you all to go to the notebook and check with me na एक बार. Tax rates. ये देखो. इतना अच्छा comparative I've made you, right? This is called as old rate or optional and all. This is default. Applicable to individual HUF, AOB, BOI, AJP. Is applicable to 4. Here tax rates are above 10 lakhs only 30% tax. Here above 15 lakh 30%. Look at the comparison. 0 to 250, 250 to 5 lakh, 5 lakh ऐसा है. यहाँ पे वैसा नहीं. 0 to 3 nil, 3 to 7, 5%, 7 to 10, 10%, 10 to 12, 15, and so on. Senior citizen, 60 years and above, they get additional basic exemption, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, non-resident to same. Here, senior citizen also 3 lakh, super senior citizen 3 lakh, non-resident 3 lakh, सबके लिए 3 lakh. ठीक है? Special rates and all. Here, surcharge 37% is there. I've made you write this, huh? Dividend income, long-term capital gain on shares, other and short-term, highest surcharge rate is 15. Now, because here the taxability, just 30% is also coming after 15 lakhs. So obviously, when you get something, you have to forego. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. So here you get deductions, ATC to ATU. Here you get very limited deduction, peanuts I can say. Here you get exemptions, section 10 and all. Here you don't get exemption. Okay, right. Chalo. Now I want to take up rebate. In general regime, or if you opt out of default tax regime, rebate is allowed to resident individual if the total income is less than or up to 5 lakh, tax or 12,500, whichever is lower. Here, resident individual, total income less than or up to 7 lakhs. One second. Actual tax or up to 20,000. So here till how much rebate is allowed? 5 lakh. Here till how much rebate is allowed? 7 lakhs. How to work out? I'm going to show 5 lakhs. So I showed you. This I am going to show you. Here the rebate is up to 20,000. Now in your study material also it is written 25 or 25 workout ही नहीं होगा. Because 3 to 4 lakhs, 3 to 7 lakhs, up to 3 lakh basic exemption. 3 to 7 lakhs, 4 lakh पे tax ही है 5%, that is 20,000. और ये 7 lakhs तक ही rebate है. I hope you are getting. हाँ, ये देखो. This I have shown how to calculate the tax in both. This is a very nice problem we have solved. I want to show you the rebate wala concept. Suppose if your income is 7 lakhs, up to 3 lakh, what is the tax rate? Nil. Next 4 lakh, in the default tax regime, 5%, 20,000. Oh, your income is up to 7 lakhs, you are eligible for rebate. In general tax rates, 5 lakh tak rebate. यहाँ पे 7 lakhs tak rebate. Here 12,500. Here 20,000. When you do these comparative studies, it takes time. It takes patience. But 25 classes DT is over. Even though I'm making you out, even though I'm taking all the past exam and quality good questions. Huh? So please check, and if you feel you require the coaching, please go for proper coaching. Do some good investment for you. It's not koi hathi goda charge kar rahe hain. 2 months we are together for DT and IDT, and go for the compiler. You will surely clear. Ajo. Rebate under section 87A. 20,000. समझ में आ रहा है? Now, if your total income is 7,15,000. Oh, your income exceeded 7 lakh. You're not eligible for rebate. नहीं मिलता ना? Basic exemption 3 lakh. Next, 4 lakh pay 5% tax. And above 7 lakh, 7 lakh to 10 lakh, what is the income? 10%. I hope you remember. Up to 3 lakh nil, 3 lakh to 7 lakh 5%, 7 lakh and above 10%. So tax is 21,500. Now look at this. On 7 lakh income, tax is nil. On 7 lakh 15,000, tax is 21,500. How much extra income I have earned? 7 lakhs and 7 lakh 15,000. How much is the extra income? 15,000. How much is the extra tax? 21,500. Not right, no. Same marginal relief concept. That was for surcharge. But this is also there. I am ready to pay default tax regime 7 lakh tak nil. 7 lakh 15 pay my taxes coming 21,500. How much is excess tax I am paying? 21,500. How much is excess income above 7 lakh 15? You keep 15 income. Whatever extra income I have got no above 7 lakh, leke jao, take it. I want a relief of 6,500. I hope you are getting how I got 6,500. And now what is the tax? 15,000 on that end. It's a very in-depth concept. I feel you should take a screenshot and solve it in writing to score wonderful in the case scenarios, in MCQs, and in the mandatory question number 1, total income. Calculate tax as per default tax regime as per norm. I thought of taking agricultural income with this, but no problem. Take it. Some topic is easy. I think with residential status also I can. Yeah. फिर से एक बार. See, marginal relief, surcharge, default tax regime, normal tax regime, है ना? Right. So default tax regime में, if your income is 7,15,000, your tax is coming to 21,500. Yeah. Here it is 20,000. Up to 7 lakh tax is 20,000. So you are getting a rebate. So 7 lakh income pe tax is nil and 715 pe 21,500. Excess income 15, excess tax 21,500. This is unjustified. How can excess tax be more than excess income? So this 15,000 income you keep as tax and give me a rebate of 6,500. 21,500 minus 15,000. And then you. This is the way in depth if you study, you will be able to crack the RTP, MTP final exam. Sab hoga, अच्छे से होगा. I'm working very hard for the practice batch also. You can see from the notes. So definitely go for it if you wish for. चलो. Even I can't say, मतलब इतने messages आए मुझे CMA final students के that they are using the practice batch videos as well as Sarthi compiler and they have cleared the exam in this December 24. Okay, right, chalo. So rebate concept is clear, I hope. Acha. Now, if you opt for default tax regime, you will not be allowed certain things. You want me to read now or better we will do headwise? Chalo, kar lete hain. कर लेते हैं. Leave travel concession, 2 trips in India you will not get. HRA, rent paid minus 10% of salary you will not get if you are going for default tax regime. Special allowances, 100 for education and hostel and all you will not get. Daily allowances which are given to MPs and MLAs, generally they are exempt. Here they will be taxable. You know, MPs and MLAs, what they get allowances, they are exempt under 1070. But now it will be taxable in other source, but lagega. Minors income, when it is taxable in the hands of the parent, they get 1,500 per child as exemption under section 1032. When minors income is clubbed with the parent, you will not get this. Huh? 10 double A, total turnover, total profit, export turnover, export. You are getting this. So this you will not get. Okay. Right. Actually, I've made a beautiful table. I think it must be there after this. Wait a minute, no? Yeah. Better I'll explain from them. What is allowed? This is my own made table. If you want only for this pay table, I'll give you a PDF also. हाँ? Salary head. अभी हमने किया ना, HRA is allowed here, but in default not allowed or disallowed. Leave travel concession is allowed here, not allowed. Education allowance allowed here, not allowed. MPs, MLAs, abhi tak kiya. Minor child, they get exemption here. They don't get exemption here. Gratuity, leave salary, government limit 25 lakhs is allowed both the places. Transport allowances to handicapped, Divyang person, it is allowed both ways. Allowances for official purpose, uniform allowances we gave to our employee, 10,000 and 10,000, so they got the stitched dresses. So it's exempt at both the places. Daily allowance is exempt. Most important from the exam point of view, most important. Normal tax regime. Normal tax regime. Standard deduction is allowed up to 50,000 from gross salary. Here 75,000. PT and entertainment allowance. Here it is given, profession tax if you pay an entertainment allowance deduction, though given for government employees, but they here not allowed. Perquisites, 50 per meal and all is allowed, exempt. Here not allowed. Section 10 AA SEZ, I told you, no? That total turnover, total profit and all. It's allowed here, it's not allowed. Nowadays it's shifted to business head. Maybe nahi hai, sorry. Niche deductions mein batate hain. Actually this is gone to deductions, but it's not allowed if you go for default tax regime. Now, self-occupied property, we know that we can show a loss up to 2 lakh. GAV and all to nil. If you are going for default tax regime, self-occupied property, you can't deduct interest on loan. So no loss allowed. Self-occupied mein loss ही नहीं बता सकते because interest deduction is not allowed. Let out and deemed let out properties, if there is a loss up to 2 lakh, you can set off with other heads. But house property loss cannot be set off with other heads in case of default tax regime. You cannot set off house. But if you are opting out of default tax regime, you can set off house property loss, say it's coming to 3,80,000. Up to 2 lakh, you can set off with salary or business head. Remaining 180 carry forward. I'll do this again. I'll take an exclusive class and there I will solve problems and apply. Right now, we are in first chapter where normal rates and default rate. Normal depreciation is allowed. Additional is allowed here, not in the default tax. Scientific research expenditure, revenue and all is allowed. But that national laboratory and donation to 100% scientific research company and all, it's allowed here, not allowed. Capital gain, there is no change. Income from other sources, family pension, 1/3 or 15,000, whichever is lower, is allowed here. Family pension, 1/3 or 15,000, whichever is lower, is allowed here. Here it is 1/3 or 25,000. I have mentioned up, I have not mentioned in the table. It's allowed 1/3 or 25,000. Deductions, ATC to ATU. Okay, all deductions are allowed if you opt out of default tax regime. But yeah, here only limited deductions are allowed. ATCCD2, contribution to NPS, National Pension Scheme. Contribution to NPS, National Pension Scheme 80. अब ये क्या है deductions, वो हम deductions में देखेंगे. 2-3 deductions are only allowed. ठीक है? Employer's contribution in business head also. For other employer, he can contribute to NPS 10%. But if he goes for default tax regime, he can contribute 14%. Here rebate is up to 5 lakh, here 7 lakh. Here up to 12,500. Here they have given 25, now also is printed. but it cannot be more than 20. Loss related to above business expenses cannot be carried forward. See, if additional depreciation is only not allowed in the default tax regime, then related to that loss will also not be allowed, no? These are very nice questions solved. ये हम बाद में अलग से करेंगे. And you know, if you are going for, if you are not having business income, every year you can decide you want to file the return in default tax regime or in the normal tax regime. But if you are having business income, once the SSE opts out of the default tax regime, then he cannot opt in. Yeah. Once if you opt out of the default tax regime with the business income, then you can't opt. Or once in, let it be in. Once you come out, you can't opt. That's all for the rebate concept and all I have solved. Table I have discussed nicely, only few things we will discuss it after every chapter. And these question and answers are solved with both regime. I'll take it separately in a live class. Don't worry about that. Okay, right. AMT, we will do it with the SEZ and deductions and all. Yes. So that's all for the tax rates, the concepts, marginal relief, surcharge, the general regime or opting out of default tax regime and default. Tax rates are different, rebate is different, limit is different, and deductions and other things are different. Okay, right. That's all for today. Agricultural income tomorrow, I will take it with the residential status. Okay. All right. Wish you very all the best for your exam. Stay tuned to this channel. You will get snippets. You will get amendment lectures are already uploaded for the DT and GST. Material is there in the website. Website is www.ca.diptichheda.com. So there you will get our free resources in the app also. Okay. And soon we will start with the MTP, which has come for CMA students and RTP for CA students who sub-solve करेंगे. And we will continue with one shot. I have a question for all of you. Costing also, so many of you have taken just recently recorded lecture and multicolored costing compiler. What should we do? One shot, let us finish for DT and then IDT and then costing? Or we will take 2-3 of this and 2-3 of costing? What is your suggestion? What is helpful more to you? Let me know. And start interaction. I get so many doubts one to one. मैम 7 years तक बुक मेंटेन करनी है मैम, ये इतने अच्छे डाउट्स पूछते हैं, but there is no communication two way in the groups. It is all one to one with me. Don't do that. You don't know, indirectly you're helping 10 others who in, and you know, in group, when I'm there to clear your doubt, but before me, if some student can clear your doubt, unka confidence badega and it's good. Okay. So stay connected. Comment below if you feel you have really got things. Ma'am, it should be an eye opener. It should be a bulb on moment. If you feel you knew marginal relief, you knew other things, but not with so much of in-depth clarity and comparative way of studies. And today, though I have not done, I am challenged with a bang on that the level of the questions I have done, they are of professional level, not very tough, not very easy, but too good, which are repeatedly asked. Okay. So make sure if you need, join the practice batch. If you have already taken the batch, and use these. Acha, one shot revision videos, not all the time you have to look at the screen. Waiting in the queue, traveling, you're not able to take your books and study. Put your headphones and listen to the revision video. The more you repeat the one shot revision video, the depth will increase and you will not make silly mistake. Do you feel in exam you didn't get 1 out of 5 in marginal relief, but you didn't get 5 out of 5? So there is some depth missing. Maybe you didn't calculate the cess after the marginal relief. Practice, repetition and practice. So we are closing with a powerful prayer. It works It has worked for so many students. It worked for me, and it should work for you also. Okay? I love myself. You can hold your hands. If not, you can keep your hands like this open. I accept myself. I take 100% responsibility of all my emotions, behaviors, actions. When you take responsibility, you gain back all your power, and the more you have control on your mind, that gives you confidence and stronger attitude for exam. So I take 100% responsibility for all my emotions, decisions, actions. Whatever I'm learning, I'm able to learn it super fast, recollect and reproduce in the exam. My pen is flowing. I'm getting abundance in all the aspects of my life. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching the video till here. Stay connected. There was some server error, so I could not take it live. And I'm going to put up now a recording. But you will get all the live classes every day, 6:30 p.m. in the evening. Thank you. Bye-bye, all of you. See you in the next one-shot revision video. Share it, share it. Help me.